everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle and I'm here to go through the Libra New Moon with you that's occurring on Tuesday, October 21st at about 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Adjust for your time zone as needed. So here's the chart for the Libra New Moon. The Libra New Moon's happening at 28 degrees, so in the last decan of Libra, and actually the next day the sun will move into Scorpio. So this is sort of like a wrapping up of Libra themes before the sun journeys a little bit deeper into the underworld or a little bit deeper into the deeper parts of the soul. In Libra, we are dealing with relationships or how we relate to others, finding balance and harmony. In this particular situation with the last decan, we are dealing a little bit more with justice and the balancing of the scales. And it could also be attributed to beauty and aesthetic, morals and values. Venus is the ruler of this new moon, as Venus is ruled by Libra, and so she's in her home sign in her domicile here. Very strong, very prominent, and really bringing her blessings in finding harmony and balance. This new moon feels like a glass half full versus the full moon 2 weeks ago, which felt a lot more like a glass half empty. And I'm not sure how that full moon affected you, but I know in my life it definitely came with a little bit of a bang. So this new moon feels like a reprieve from that. Even though there are tense aspects in this new moon, it's feeling a lot lighter. It's feeling a lot more optimistic. The moon at 28 degrees, the sun and the moon at 28 degrees are in a T-square with Chiron at 24 degrees of Aries and Jupiter at 24 degrees of Cancer. This is a cardinal T-square, which signifies initiation and taking action. So with this new beginning happening in this space of trying to cultivate harmony and balance and this like balancing of the scales and really tapping into the more desirable parts of relationships and partnerships, we are being met with tension from Chiron, which is our wounded healer, and Aries, which is really wanting us to tap into our own individual desires, our own individual nature, and our own sovereignty. And Jupiter being at the height of this T-square, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It's really in a great place here, but it magnifies everything that it touches. And whenever it is a square, it could be a magnification that feels like it's over dramatic, especially in Cancer, overly emotional. Jupiter does offer some compassion, but there is this probably the sense of over attaching, hyper dependence, or this like really strong codependency. It could also perhaps signify this need or this desire to safeguard your own heart or to safeguard your own emotional nature in these new beginnings or in this new stage moving forward. I want to mention that because this is in the last degrees of Libra, this new beginning is not a brand new relationship. I'm not seeing this as like something that's new, that's emerging. I think that there is something that happened recently in the past, and this is a chance to step into a new chapter within that connection, within that relationship. So as we step into that new chapter, we are really needing to tap into who am I and what do I want or what do I bring to the table? What is it that I desire in this relationship without compromising yourself in order to make someone else happy? We're over that. We're past that. We are now in the mature stages of Libra. And again, this is just before the sun and the moon begin to dip into Scorpio, which is all about like those deeper, raw desires and really meeting your true self, the deeper parts of your soul. Mars, Mercury, and Black Moon Lilith are sitting in this triple conjunction in Scorpio. And although this could maybe give off this sense or this feeling of wanting to seek revenge or like this vindictive, almost has like this vindictive feel to it, I don't think that this will be the path that's taken because we have a grand water trine, which is very easeful, harmonious energy that's happening with Saturn at 26 degrees of Pisces, and again, once again, bringing back in Jupiter at 24 degrees of Cancer. So this grand water trine is very healing. It's very emotional. There is this like washing away, just like when you take a shower, water washes away the dirt, it washes away the junk. There is a washing away of whatever emotional attachment you had before to a memory, perhaps, or just something that was possibly painful, something that possibly felt like betrayal. There is a washing away of that, and it is an easeful energy. We're working with it, and it feels like a blessed path or a blessed new beginning with this Libra new moon. I'm getting over a cold, so if my voice sounds a little bit off at times, that's why. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, so it's in its domicile here. It's actually very strong here. And with Mercury, there could be even this like desire to perhaps cut ties or to sever a connection of some sort, maybe creating that blank slate that you wish, or it could be even just like cutting off a connection of something that was, or an attachment of something that was being wedged between you and another person. There could also be perhaps something within you that's emerging that was being kept secret, or maybe within the other person that you're relating to that was being kept secret that may come up to the surface. And again, this isn't going to be something of like shock factor or something that's going to be extremely difficult to process or difficult to work with, because we have this really easeful trine. I think this will be something where we're developing the courage to speak our truth, or someone close to us is developing the courage to speak their truth, and they're sharing an emotional truth that may be very difficult to release or to bring to the surface, or that has been difficult in the past, but just feeling a little bit more easeful now. Saturn is providing some spiritual grounding. Although Saturn is related typically to limitation and constriction, within Pisces, there is a softness that comes here. There is this attaining of wisdom that occurs in this experience as well, that we could take forth with us in relationships and relationship experiences in the future. And with Jupiter here, it's really offering this well of compassion and understanding, and perhaps even like a broader view of how this could be beneficial or a blessing in the future. There's one other aspect in this chart that I'd like to talk about, and it's the sun and the moon making this out of sign square to Pluto. Pluto is known to destroy, to create destruction, so that we could rebuild and evolve. And usually it involves some sort of pain or like this deep release, this deep cathartic emotional release. Now, with the sun and the moon offering this new beginning, and with this being an out of sign square, it's not as intense and powerful, but the sun and the moon will be in a square very shortly the next day. For the moon, it'll just be later on in the day, but the sun will be the next day. It will be setting up itself for this square. So expect that this week may not be as smooth and easeful. There is a cathartic emotional release, there is healing, there is a way forward, but not without its tension. This new moon is a lot smoother than the previous lunation, which was the Aries full moon. And if you had an experience during the Aries full moon, this new moon actually may be sort of like a continuation of the story of that. So just know that with healing, it does take time, it does take effort, and it does take both parties that were involved to participate in the healing. Unless it was an actual loss of somebody very close to you, then the healing will really depend on you and your relationship with yourself. Anyways, I hope that's helpful, and I wish you a beautiful Libra new moon in whichever way it comes up for you. Until next time, take care.